Welcome to High Infidelity, the best cheating videos on YouTube. If you enjoy this content, remember to subscribe and turn on notifications. Now let's get into the video.
My fiancé and I agreed to have an open relationship a year ago, but I want to close it because I suspect he is secretly forming an emotional relationship with one woman he's been with. Last year, my fiancé and I decided to start dating. He's 30 years old, and I'm 28. We decided on the ground rules that we would be able to sleep with others, but would only have an emotional connection with each other. We're getting married this summer. I've decided that I don't want to continue and that I want to end the relationship since I believe it's damaging our connection. I'm still figuring out how to accomplish this. I had 4 solely relationships with guys, and that was the end of it. Nothing else. He was having intercourse with 4 or 5 women, but nothing more was going on. I just learned that he's only slept with one lady for at least 3 months. After a few days of investigating, I discovered proof that he is seeing her for nights out and lunch. He texts her every day. He's invested emotionally. I'm still not sure how far it goes, but I'm enraged because I've discovered out he's bringing her on a business trip with him. He never claimed to be traveling alone. I need to put a stop to this before it becomes a problem. I wanted to put a stop to it with her. I got my fill. What should I say to him? He's broken our agreement, and we need to put a stop to it. I don't want to marry him since I know he has an emotional attachment to another lady. We promised each other that we would prioritize each other. Update. On Friday, a day or two after discovering my fiancé's emotional affair with a lady with whom he previously had a physical connection, I discussed the issues in my relationship with him in a thread. We've been in an open relationship since last year. However, we were previously exclusive. He went to her house after work on Friday and indicated he'd return on Saturday. He did, however, notify me on Saturday that he would return on Sunday. I asked him why, and he said that this lady was unwell and had a migraine on the way, so he wanted to make sure she was okay before leaving her apartment. I told him I knew he was bluffing and making excuses since she doesn't need him to stay out with her while she recovers from a migraine. He said that he was not lying and that she was actually ill. He said he'd be back by Sunday afternoon, and he did. I quickly informed him that I understood what he was up to. I was aware of everything that was going on, even the degree of his romantic involvement with her, which we both agreed was off limits. We were only permitted to have connections with others, and were not permitted to establish emotional ties with others. He was startled that I knew so much about his vacations and nights out with her, and I acknowledged that I had read his email and WhatsApp communications. He was enraged and refused to speak more, but I persuaded him that I suspected he was concealing something and that I wanted to know what he was up to. He calmed himself and then approached me, telling me that he had been thinking about us and had decided that he did not want to marry me. I inquired whether he was canceling the engagement. He said that he was done with the connection entirely. After talking about it and admitting to infidelity, he stated that his choice was influenced by his connection with this lady. He said that he was in love with her and that he had eliminated all other partners because he was emotionally attached with her. He even went so far as to add that he felt tremendously loved when he was with her, that it meant everything to him that he was the only male in her life, and she was entirely focused on him. He went on to say that he wanted to be able to reciprocate, so he decided to do exactly that and commit to her. I said that I wanted to end the relationship and spend all of my time with him, and that I had concluded that the open relationship was not working for us. He said no because he couldn't bring himself to break his connection with her, and he didn't want to try with me anymore since things had changed much too much. I reminded him that he consented to start the relationship and that he was sleeping with numerous women. He was now criticizing me for what we had agreed upon. He stated he wasn't blaming anybody and that he assumed everything would be okay, but after a time it all seemed hollow and he felt terrible sleeping around with others. He said that it was pointless and that he felt like trash. He said that he did not want such a life and that he desired and preferred total commitment. He made no apologies for his choice or for emotionally cheating on me behind my back. When I informed him he was breaking years of commitment and an engagement for a 3-month affair, he replied that it wasn't a fling. I couldn't believe he was speaking to me in this manner, cold and disinterested. He didn't say it out loud, but he's thinking about moving in with her. After barely 3 months. I'm upset, yet the way he talked to me left me feeling hollow. I'm not sure whether I should wait for him to wake up and realize he's rushing this connection with her and suddenly leaving our life and home together, or if I should let him leave and see if he ever comes back to me. I know that pressing him would be futile since he is adamant about being with her for the time being. What am I supposed to do? I'm too surprised and puzzled to respond to anything, and I've spent the whole night awake, trying to figure out what's going on. We plan to marry later this year. I can't handle the thought of canceling everything we'd planned for our future and informing others that it's off. I'm trying to deal since I have so much on my mind. Should I inform the other lady he's engaged? Edited to add, I'm not sure whether she realizes it. Story 2. Caught my girlfriend cheating and I cannot cope, please help. So, to cut a long story short, I discovered messages on my 18 male, GF19, phone tonight from her buddy saying stuff like he pounded my. I got some of the finest last night, and OMG, it was so wonderful, I couldn't walk last night. I'm appalled. It was her ex, against whom I'd always felt inferior, as if she hadn't gotten over him despite the fact that it had been over a year. I'm in a tizzy. I don't even know who else is in my life RN. My 2 closest friends broke me off a few weeks ago over something dumb. I recently started university, and I've only truly clicked with one male buddy. My family and I don't even get along and don't communicate very well. In one night, I lost my confidante, my support system, and my closest friend. She sincerely apologizes. I observed her weeping while she didn't realize I was watching her, and she was repeatedly pounding the driving wheel. I'm sorry, but lying and dishonesty aren't new to me. I had no choice but to do it. I informed her we were done, but she was free to attempt to win me back or whatever. But this stinks. Because I have mental health concerns, my coping skills are basically non-existent, and I just don't know how to deal with this. I'm unable to eat. I'm having trouble sleeping, and I have a lesson in the morning. I keep envisioning the messages and him pounding on her, and I'm appalled. I'm just obsessed with it, and it's 4 a.m. in the morning. Part of me simply wants to let things go if she makes an attempt to win me back. I know I'll be okay after a while, but I'm not sure how to go from part A to part B. Please assist. Edit. I have no idea what to say. Thank you so much for your enormous support, guys. Every 3 seconds, I receive a fresh notification asking me to be strong. At 7 a.m., I eventually fell asleep, and there were about 40 comments on this. I awoke to over 800 gorgeous individuals urging me to be strong. Thank you really a lot. Reddit is such a lovely site. In an odd sense, I feel more capable of overcoming this now than I did yesterday. You undoubtedly had a role in this. This is the type of thing that reminds me that not everyone is a jerk, haha. Guys, keep being awesome in life. From the bottom of my heart, thank you. Edit 2. Jesus, you guys. You're all a gift. I just got out of class, and I've been receiving alerts every 3 seconds. I'll try my best to respond to everyone. I'm doing a lot better now. I'm no longer feeling sorry for myself, but rather liberated. Thank you very much. The most common piece of advice was to go to the gym. I'm going to dinner, but I'm going to the gym right after. On top of this incredible outpouring of love from all of you, I've had a couple positive things happen today that are simply making everything better. My job application for a $20 an hour position teaching SAT prep was commended for excellent qualities. I was requested to engage in drug research at my school, and my box came after a week of waiting. Also, one of my pals that cut me off came out to me and asked how I was doing. I'm okay. Thank you everyone, you're all a gift. Much love from my corner of the internet. You're all worth a platinum in my eyes. Cheers. Edit 3. I can't believe I forgot to include my ex-girlfriend. Guys, I did it. Thank you for challenging me to be firm on my boundaries. You guys are the finest.